Like, just slightly crazy, slightly out of control, and somehow it works when he does it. So I think he should keep that up. 3-0 in favor of NIP early on in the first map here on Mirage. That is a great start, and now we'll see if Astralis can put up some sort of defense here in their first rifle round. They are, got a heavy lean towards middle. Magus can window Dupree over at Catwalk, and I guess Glaive and Magus now both at connector.
Yeah, but this is going to be hit out of the A-bomb site. The jig is up now, and Rez is going to get into the site, taking minimal damage. That was a risky fall at Forest. The flank is taken out very quickly. Astralis can feel a little bit safer now. Utility being dumped by NIP just to have the safety, and Astralis is scrambling to get back into this. 2 players from NIP evacuating as well. One's going to wrap around back towards mid in this retake. They need to survive. They need to buy more time, Astralis.
But the bomb is not actually planted for Lekro. This flank could be very dangerous if it comes down to him. We'll see how it works out. He's going to be there so quick that he can actually catch one of them. That's big news, and now they're in trouble. They just want to fall back, and they're getting caught. Lekro continuing and almost getting that spray on Glaive. Left at 14 health. What a great hit here for NIP. They might even be able to catch him. You could see Dennis really trying to find it. Instead, it's going to be get right from the window, taking down Glaive, and that is a high-powered strat coming out from NIP. Almost no signal time for that A defense.
And there's a reason why they go for that kind of a play. It's that round where Astralis, yes, they have a buy, but they don't have the utility. They don't have all the nades necessary to kind of slow those sorts of plays down. Not a lot of counter utility, and obviously it's another round as well where even if you take some losses getting into that bomb site, NIP knows Astralis won't have kits, and if they do, maybe just one. So as long as you get that bomb planted, you apply a lot of pressure to Astralis. Great start for the Ninjas. It's going to continue. Here's Rez. Dupree doing as much as he can, but great trades. Down to 1 HP and still battling.
That M4 lost in the middle, though, so even if Dupree did a lot, nobody can really pick up the mantle and continue from there on out. Still slightly dangerous here. You don't want to be giving away this round. You just did all the work in the previous one. Molotov not quite going to be enough in the corner to get rid of the player in there. It's Magus on the other side waiting. Oh, look at this close range sit with C775. He's going to get both of them as they turn the corner. That is such a big double. And Rez, as you said, 1 health left here. This would certainly be a miracle clutch. Astralis must feel like this is their time to get it done. He's just backing into the corner, hearing a couple of steps on the other side, but that bomb is right there, and Device is going to be sneaking in from the middle. This is almost unwinnable.
Rez has to get very lucky, and that timing, he's glancing up towards top mid. Is he ready? Oh, stunning headshot. Don't miss this jump. And he's got it now. Oh,
what a mind game.
Trying to fake Zipnik's out. But can you actually fake one of the best clutchers? Still plenty of time for Rez to be patient.
If that had worked, even having the idea is just amazing. Sip is right on the edge, and he's going to get that one, but I'm actually in awe of the fact that he tried to do that. That can absolutely work. You hear that drop down, it's a good chance Sip could decide to just try and take a look around the corner. 4-1 though, and a big steal for Astralis. This lineup is, it's always bad news when you end up standing on top of each other.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake in the trading, a little bit over-eager to find that trade kill. Device with the ult has the angle. Molotov to stop the smoke from pluming to give himself this gap. Gonna get a chance, it looks like. They are gonna run out, and he's tagged them both. Forrest, oh, what a return. Device goes for the repeat, and Forrest just swats him aside. Look at Dennis. Oh, the courage. What a cheeky, just walked up the A-ramp, and he almost follows it up.
Still, what a great opening. Now get right, gotta be really careful. A couple of seconds from now, it's gonna be somebody in CT spawn. Grenade lands on Glaive, but doesn't do all that much, and Dupree's covering the other line into the bomb site. So NIP gonna have a little bit of a hard time actually finding the bomb plant. Dupree taking down Rez, and again a 2-on-3 here. NIP just needed that quick bomb plant. Now they're in a bit of trouble. You see them trying to defend it, but Trip will take out both of the remaining players. And Astralis bounce back into the round, surviving with 3, including that AWP. So still making it work, but you see how cold Forrest is after getting leg shot? Just standing still waiting for it.
Yeah, just waiting for that repeat, and it's not a repeat he's going to get every single time. I think normally Device just is happy with that opening kill. Went for more, but nicely done from Zipnik. This round was on a huge edge. It could have swung easily in the favor of NIP, just maybe one more critical kill at the right moment. Finding themselves into that bomb site, not even able to get the bomb down. So Astralis just barely hang on, but they're in a good spot right now.
the kind of play that Dennis was making in that round, I feel like Astralis should have a conversation about that in this timeout and just say, let's remind ourselves that that's going to happen. If Dennis is in that mood and if he's got the freedom from the NIP side to do that, he is going to be walking in and he'll be in a place that you won't expect. So just try and be a little bit more alert because it's going to get crazy.
Yeah, and if he wins that fight, if he wins that duel when he just walks up, that follow-up, I mean, the round is essentially over there. Lekro is going to get line, and they do line up for him, but doesn't recover in time. Forrest wants to take this fight as well, and there's one player crouching. Oh, Glaive, that jump up, great time, that'll be from Glaive, and he does it again. Repeatedly, Glaive is able to hold down the fort for Astralis. Every single opponent in this event they've gone up again, Glaive has been able to shut them down at crucial points.
Yeah, he's had maybe one of the best tournaments of his life and probably was the MVP for that quarterfinals yesterday on the Astralis side. Get right. Oh, that's a great kill to try and get back into it. Him and Rez still have a lot of time to work with. Flashbang to make the jump down, but that smoke is going to slow him down quite a bit. The bomb, of course, is on the other side of it, so eventually they're going to have to make their way here. Sip is still worried about somebody being in B, so he's quite far away from the rest of the team. So to some extent, NIP could win this isolated 2-on-2 on the A side of the map and still make it work. Not impossible.
It's just Rez who has to take the next action. They know where Get Right is. And Device kind of has the safety net. He's pushed in towards Palace. Zipnix is starting to push up in those B halls, but Device can stay there just with relative safety. And you can let him into the A bomb site at this point as well. Even if Dupree misses a shot, he doesn't have to go for the repeat. Even though he's smoked off, this isn't an issue. Does Get Right realize where Device is? Does he read this play? It's so difficult. Now they spot him. Now there's a chance for NIP.
Absolutely. Sip is coming up and the connector really close by. And Rez, you can tell he's thinking about the timing. He knows someone's going to be there eventually. The bomb is down, yes, but that smoke is going to go away any second now. And Estrada's going to go for the repeat. Dupree with a really great kill there, taking down Rez. And now Get Right. 1 versus 3. 35 health. And I mean, he doesn't have that many spots to stand on. They're going to find him really quick. There's one good headshot, but now he's in trouble. They're both going to be coming for him. A little bit of a pistol throw there. Trying to make somebody out. They're going to double peek him, and turning around with the kit is Dupree, and they will have enough time for the defuse. So some of these rounds are really close. I feel like NIP are all the time keeping the pressure up and not allowing Astralis to build a massive economy, but they'll be good enough to buy in this round regardless. A 4-3 on the Danish side, winning 3 in a row here.
Yeah, nice recovery from Astralis off the back of that. That round with Dupree having the only M4, a double kill for him, and they turn it in their favor with just the Deagles after that. Still a small lead and a half buy coming out of NIP. The losing bonus building up. The plants are helping, and I think that's the big thing for the Ninjas is they have they have gotten some plants. 2 rounds they won, they just get that one there. That extra $800 is going to help out. Next round, another buy will come in. They would love to do some damage here, though. 2 or 3 kills. It is interesting seeing one up on the Astralis side and not being in Device's hands. He's passed it over to Dupree. There's a duel with the Deagle that doesn't go his way, but that attention has allowed NIP to get some progress up catwalk, and Device might have a tough time getting out.
Yeah, you can see he was worried about that situation. Actually, Get Right sneaking in behind. He's really close. There's one guy right behind him. He somehow walked past 2 people. Did he just get spotted? I think maybe he did inside of the bomb site. I think Maggie's has a pretty good idea what's going on. That's such a shame. I mean, it was a really good look into the bomb site area. I guess it was like a spy operation going on there.
Vintage, Get Right. Yeah. Finding ways to get places you should never be allowed. It's all tied up 4-4. The AK is coming back out. Forrest is going to have the op. May be able to find a duel. NIPs have done a pretty good job. They've been able to have mid control. Haven't been able to do too much from there. A lot of the battles won and lost have occurred over towards this A bomb site. Players finding duels, players taking fights.
They're leaving Sip alone in B a lot right now, Astralis, and I feel like NIP must know that from watching demos. I mean, I think we knew it before coming into the game because they have that confidence in him.
Yeah.
But, you know, one player alone is obviously a point of weakness, even if it's Sip.
I mean, he's probably the best bomb site anchor we have in Counter-Strike. He is just so smart the way he plays these. Now Device is rotated over. Confident Dupree with the AWP watching towards top mid, and Glaive peering towards underpass. So they have the knowledge there's no presence from the Ninjas in middle. Yeah, Magisk all alone at A is the crazy part. With how much just timing contact plays NIP have done, they're more than willing to put Magisk there alone.
I was going to say, that's such a change in the setup. Grenade, but an instant reply from Get Right. Going to be taking down Dupree. So even if they took some damage, they're going to be fine with that whole situation. And Sip with a great return on Dennis. And he's continuing to look into the hallway and seeing nobody else there. So now they're on a bit of a timer, NIP. If they want to make this work, they've got to be quick about it. 45 seconds. Rez taking more grenade damage. Meg is still on the bomb site. And NIP stuck a little bit of top mid. Device now going to be walking into it. Going for that fight. And looks like he could have had it, but Electro will get it instead. Now a 2-on-4. And are they going to swap back to the B bomb site? It's a perfect call right here for NIP. Very smart. And that's going to win them the round just based on that.
Yeah, just a great job from the Ninjas applying enough pressure to the A bomb site to pull Zipnix away. Magisk felt the pressure, and that's one of the, I guess maybe not a problem, that's just one of the products of having Magisk all alone at the A bomb site is so many different choke points. When your teammates start falling in mid, you start to really feel a lot of pressure because there's so many different areas and you can't cover them all and you don't have a comfortable fight anywhere. So you do get a little bit antsy. You do call people over, you know, ahead of time before you really know what's coming. I don't get NIP there 5th. This is a very nice showing for NIP on their offensive side.
Yep, they're doing an excellent job. I was getting a bit worried losing 4 on the row, but again, they're playing on the T side, so the fact that they can sort of continue this and put pressure again on the Astralis economy is great news. We'll see if it's going to continue to pay off here. They do have enough for the rebuy on the Danish side, so I guess that is slightly good news, although Device kind of low on health. And I'm kind of surprised that Device didn't win that fight against Lekro in the middle. It looked like he had like a couple of milliseconds advantage, which usually is enough.
It's kind of cool. I mean, the Ninjas did give Astralis a taste of their own medicine. They got, you know, that opening pick in mid. They almost had a two-man advantage. Forrest just missed a small shot with the AWP, but then they hit that pause button. You saw Glaive got lowered into peeking mid for some information, maybe trying to get a sneaky kill. Device follows it up with another similar play on Catwalk. And if he's able to get a couple more frags out of that, that opens up the entire map. The ult back in Device's hands now, and free mid controls for spots the shoulder. That's Glaive going for a peek, and two players, Dupree and Zipnix, are going to be in ladder room. They're waiting to pounce. This could be an interesting crunch on mid.
Yeah, we sometimes forget how good Forrest can be with that AWP because we don't always see it. But it is really remarkable. Mid control, not really being contested yet, although they can, Astralis, if they get the timing crunch on it. Flashbang is absolutely perfect. And Glaive, no chance this time. Gonna get taken down by Lekro.
That's a sneaky play from Glaive, and we see it work out a pretty decent amount of times. Just Lekro way more aggressive than he expected of getting in. Glaive catches that flashbang, and now Lekro's got a great sight into that A bomb site. Dennis, once again, dueling in these B halls, staying a little bit farther back, has taken some small damage, and once again, here it is, the slow pace from NIP. Astralis having a tough time dealing with it. They've got everyone in the right position, and now Magisk feeling again uncomfortable over an A.
Yeah, and that's drawing everybody here while the bomb is making its way to the B bomb site. Dupree is now realizing something might be up. That grenade is going to confirm his suspicion as well. Gonna hear it on the other side, goes for the spray on Rez, but there's still so many people here, and Lekro's lurking in the middle of the map, so even if they try for this retake, Lekro just might explode this whole round, and Megis, I think he's gonna be too late on that flank, and I think Lekro's gonna be the one to win this round. They're waiting and trying to take this fight, but now when they fall back, he's still gonna be effective. Hearing them exit and creeping in, looking for the fight. Three in a lot of trouble, and it's just gonna make the kill happen anyway. I'm kind of shocked that happened. I feel like that could have been much worse punishment for Astralis, but I don't think it matters. NIP still win the round.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating for Lekro that Dupree just got right behind that staircase at that moment. NIP really wanted to shut it down, and you can tell why. They know the economy of Astralis is at the breaking point. They wanted to take those weapons away, forced to save. Device doing a great job protecting on the... And NIP's losing just too many weapons at the end. Not a huge deal. They do have a decent amount of cash, but they're going to spend a lot to rebuy. So is Astralis going to drop some rifles over to Glaive and Zipnix, and a timeout going to be taken as Astralis talk it over. NIP, did you expect this coming in this morning? I know we all kind of had that romantic, this would really be cool here in Stockholm if this could happen, but did you actually believe?
I don't know. I was definitely expecting that Astralis would be the team to be sort of in a high-powered position. I feel like sometimes NIP have slightly slow beginnings to best of threes. So this is just exciting. I mean, this is one of those things where they probably do feel pretty pumped up. You saw them at the intro when they were on the stage and the crowd was, you know, cheering on. I imagine that probably does get the adrenaline pumping. Like, it's hard to be sleepy when you get into the booth, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Well, bare bones utility for Astralis. Actually, they have a decent amount. They bought some up right up at the end. Glaive is a little bit hurt, so his device. 1 kit on Magisk. But all in all, a pretty solid buy from Astralis. It's the last one they have if they can't win this, and NIP is applying a lot of pressure right now. This could be a great first half for them. I think I saw a stat. I think it was Peter from HLTV who tweeted out that like Astralis is like something crazy. Like they average like a 11 rounds on their CT side on Mirage. In this event, we've seen them have, again, remember against Tyloo put up 12 rounds on their offensive side.
Yep.
And NIP now shutting down Astralis defense as well. This is very uncharacteristic on this map for Astralis.
Yeah, they're running into some trouble here, and it could definitely cost them. They have a lot of presence in mid, and NIP were actually set up expecting the top mid push. They were waiting with 2 people there in case that Glaive was going to continue on that little adventure. But if it turns into a B push, Dupree and Sip should have a very good chance of shutting this one down. They don't have all the grenades they wish they could have, but still, one good time flashbang and it might all be over. Sip is ready and waiting. Easy kill on the first player, tries to fall back down. Now the follow-up grenade and Dupree with a headshot, taking down Rez. And you see the trouble now for NIP is they've slowed down so much that more people are going to be coming in. They want to fight their way through. Glaive has shown up as well, and yep, they are getting completely crunched up in the hallways. Good AWPing from Forest, but it's just a little bit too late. And another round here for Astralis, not letting NIP get away with it, and that actually does a lot of damage to the NIP economy. Now the question is, would they force behind this? They could get like, what, 2 Galils, 2 AKs, and not much else.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to that round where they were chasing for the weapons, right? You can't really fault them for that decision, but I mentioned it, they just lost way too much. 3 AKs went down to the floor in the pursuit of those last couple weapons from Astralis, and this is the product of that. You're exactly right. They were on the edge. Just going for Deagles. P250 on Get Right with armor. That's a nice setup from Astralis that previous round. Xyp9x and Dupree played that perfectly, and because Astralis had mid control that was never forced back by the Ninjas, that quick push-up catwalk to wrap around just had so many defenders there. This one should be relatively easy for Astralis without armor.
Yeah, it's that word should, Moses, that
yeah.
That always leaves you wondering.
You never know with these when you have this many Deagles on the board, right? You never know if someone's just going to get that really nice, fortunate long-range 1 Deagle like that. Lekro. We know his Deagle is nasty, and he's just giving us one more highlight to add to the frag videos.
Ooh, and that's the boost into the window with the P250 Glaive going down to Get Right. Now a 3-on-3, and Astralis probably trying to keep the focus in this round, because if they let this one go, NIP are going to probably run away with this first half, at least the rest of it here. Magus getting the kill on Get Right is obviously important. That also tells them that he's back out of the window, so they have to worry a little bit less about that. Forrest and Lekro now waiting in the middle. Magus, 3rd kill of the round for him. Finding these unarmored targets, and Lekro hoping, but not being rewarded for that wallbang attempt. Sip will take him down instead, and 6-6 tied up here. This is, in terms of a semi-final, Moses, this is what we want, right?
Yeah, this
close game, close beginning.
This is delivering on a big way right now. Early, but the crowd getting into it. AWP in the hands of Forrest again. AKs to surround it. Astralis switching into that double up. Device and Dupree with those. Device going to be on catwalk. There's only 1 player here from NIP, so I doubt he tries to cross over at the moment. Glaive is close up, and actually he does go for it. Spotted the pressure in middle. Glaive's going to have to retreat and fall back, and he does get away. That's a wise decision. NIP wanted to take advantage of that, but they're going to be happy simply with pushing it back. Great utility, though. Phenomenal nades, and even the Molotov to follow up on a res, but it doesn't matter because Lekro's found the kill. Again on catwalk.
They were shooting a Device even through the smoke. They had an idea that he was going to be there. Maybe somebody did spot him after all. Flashbang. Not quite over the wall, in fact. He did nothing to Get Right, and he's going to get the kill on Sip. There was an attempt from inside the bomb side. Maze trying to set that up, but wasn't really successful in doing it, and Get Right is ready for more. Didn't quite catch that, but 1 bullet would have been enough to get rid of Glaive, and still a 3-on-5 right now. NIP looking to take round number 7. It is looking amazing right now for them. Again, the full stack at A, and NIP go B. They've got a very good read. I mean, they're playing well individually, but tactically they're making smart choices as well.
And Get Right's in a great position. A great position to get some of these kills. He hears all the footsteps. He knows they're evacuating. This could be great from the lurker. There's the first. Goes for more. Oh, he falls down. Still an opportunity, though. Glaive can't get away. He's trapped up top. Get Right needs to commit to this quick before Glaive's teammate can get into it. And there it is. Dupree now caught out. And Get Right's doing everything. This time they want all the weapons, and they're going to get it.
This next round would have been a full buy with absolutely everything for Astralis if they could have kept those rifles. They had money on 3 people and not on 2, so stealing those rifles away is massive here for NIP. Such a great job. Now in round number 14, you see the C-set 75s. One of them is on Glaives, so that's fine. Magus, this is something we haven't seen before from Astralis. They've tried the top mid push, but he's just going to execute Rez up there.
You do like that, because remember, the criticism of Astralis, last year while they were still very good, was they just didn't have an X factor. They didn't have someone who was going to make a play like that to like really kind of get you out of a funk. Magisk has been that player. Finding another kill here to give them an advantage. And ooh, just as the smoke clears, Dennis is going to be frustrated with that. He's going to be wondering how he was spotted. Astralis this time have the stack at the right bomb site. Going to be tough for NIP the whole way in.
They're going to have to put on a lot of pressure. They can Molotov Glaive, and yeah, that's what they're going to try and do. So he's going to be under a bit of pressure. What a shot from Forrest. He hardly even had the AK out. The free takes 2, and Glaive running out of the fire to get that one. Device will end the round. And Astralis now 7-7, tying up the scoreline. I feel like right now, Astralis are just happy to not have fallen completely behind. Their economy's been so shaky throughout this first half. If NIP just put a couple of more rounds on the board, I think that's it.
This is a great half from NIP. Yeah, Astralis is doing their best cliffhanger impression this whole time, having they just barely holding on and barely staying into it. There's a couple times where if they had been reset, it would have just launched NIP into a huge win. Here we go, though. Another play towards mid. Glaive getting aggressive, and if he goes through this smoke, he's going to find out that there's no one mid. Zipnix, one more time, is going to be called upon in this half to defend, and oh, this could be a nightmare for NIP.
Could be, but one good shot through the smoke, and this bomb site is in a little bit of trouble. The Green is kind of behind, and it is a headshot on Sip, but it's from the Galil, I think, on the other side, so didn't take him down. Big difference. Yeah,
but they heard, I mean, Dink with the Galil and that AK firing. They know there's at least 2 here, and they're just poised. All of Astralis are starting to rotate. This is going to be very tough for NIP. One more time. Dupree can only get 1. There's Zipnix, but he's dropped as well. They've managed it, and now they're in.
Very questionable positions for Astralis. Both of them standing underneath the drop there. That's so dangerous to do. Device and Magus obviously have to fight for it here. A 2-on-3. Molotov is going to buy a lot of time for them. They can't really challenge it. And going out the window is almost suicide when there's 3 people waiting on the other side. So what are you supposed to do right now? They've got a single flashbang, and I don't know, it'd have to be the all-time greatest flash to open up this bomb site. I feel like great flick from Device. He can't make it out. Magus getting 1, and he can't follow it up. Get one. Moment in 8-7 in favor of NIP at halftime, and we check in with Stunner.
Oh my goodness, it would appear as though the Ninjas in Pajamas are putting on one hell of a show here for every suite in attendance. And if you didn't know, the Asus ROG VIP sofa is up for grabs early on in the morning today, and I'm gonna make that happen for someone in this area right about here. Ready? You ready? You better pray to Thor. I'm gonna make this happen. All right, come on down. You get to join the sofa. You get to get the luxury seating. Congratulations. I think this place is ready to make some more noise for the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Well, some lucky fan gets to enjoy the casting couch with Stunner.
Yes, indeed. And that arena was pretty early, and there's just so many people in there, and then you can just hear they love it when NIP win every single round. This is going to be exciting. I like talking about Astralis mistakes because don't make that many, but I think having 2 people under the drop like that, one was a truck and one was under the window, I think that's a mistake.
I mean, I think, yeah, it is tough. Well, it's always tough to tell. Obviously, it fails in that one, right? If Dupree's able to get a second kill, like they weren't looking at him, they did respond very well. He had a chance to build up on 2. But yeah, it can be difficult to pull off. We do not make too many mistakes. Lekro is calling for NIP, right? He's the in-game leader these days.
Yeah.
And that was, you mentioned it, that was actually a very good tactical T-side for a player who not many people have, written off as. Oh my lord. It helps when Forrest is hitting shots like that. He's doing so good with open spaces. There's no one in CT spawn though. Astralis is going to get into the bomb site, so thank God Forrest gets that kill. And actually Device in some trouble as well, but he finds the frag on Electro. Forrest needs to win that, and he does. He's almost unstoppable.
He hasn't even reloaded. He's got 6 bullets right now, just running in and looking for the kills. He's going to get one more headshot, taking down Sip. Still has not reloaded. He's...
That is unbelievable. Forrest has come to play. 7 kills across both pistol rounds. From start to finish, this round is all his.
Why is he not reloading? Is he just conserving ammo? Thinking about the environment, Moses? This is mental. He's got almost... I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. 9-7.
He's getting to that point now where it looks so easy. And he's getting a beautiful tribute from the Swedish crowd. 9-7. He's put his team in a great position to start off this defense. And here it comes. Fast-paced now. Get right. Shut down in the open. But Rez is ready. They line up for him. He obliterates all of his players. And he might get the ace. Oh, there it is. All 5 kills. Had to sacrifice Forrest, but it's fine.
That was what, 4 people coming out of the apartment or apartments and nobody checking that corner. That is, I mean, they were obviously thinking that first kill was it, maybe, or like they could maybe get down there, but still, 10-7, man. This is such a great start for NIP. They've got it on the line right now. Device taking down one, very dangerous for Dennis. He still gets a double. Oh, he's almost a third one. That could have definitely worked out. He should have probably been dead with no kills whatsoever. Rez and Glaive having a bit of a fight, and equal trades going on here. MP7 long range for Lekro, not really a favorable fight, but now it gets a bit closer. It can actually work out, and you can tell Magus just wants to buy time. Get right, gonna make sure that does not happen.
You gotta love the stand from Dennis. He realizes you just can't fall back. You're fighting the whole way there, and he sticks to it. Astralis might be thinking maybe Get Right rotated away after getting that kill, but that is not the case. They're in for a rude awakening if they come here. Lekro gets a lot of damage. There's Get Right, the headshot, the off angle. Zimnik's even read it well. He knows that bomb site intimately, but still can't stop Get Right. Glaive blind. They know he's sticking around. 50 seconds, plenty of time, but 6 HP. And there it is. Get Right to the face. He said he didn't have enough impact yesterday. He's having a hell of a game. It's 16 kills for Forrest, 14 for Get Right. And it's got to be a lot of PTSD for teams when those two guys are at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, the original duo, isn't it? Very, very hard to get by once they get up and running. It's been a really long time, but for him to have a good game here at the semifinals, that would be almost too much to ask for. The Deagles and a couple of P250s, I believe they're on the T side of Astralis now. Didn't really work out for NIP when they tried to run this. When they were on the T side, they didn't have much of an impact with the Deagles, but maybe they could change here. Certainly Astralis have some players that are well known for it. Very defensive setup right now for NIP. Not giving them much of a chance to sneak any kills away. No peeking going on in middle, really. No kind of craziness.
They've used a lot of smokes, though. They only have 2 left. They've already used 3 in the very first 30 seconds of this round. So when those start to fade, you could see Astralis is being equally patient and equally far back because they want those smokes to disappear. They want to be able to take that shot. Find those headshots. Create a gap that somebody can exploit. Bomb is still waiting over by A, and it looks like Capri's going to be the first to challenge, and he's got a pretty nasty deagle as well.
Timing could have been with him just as the smoke was about to land, but Lekro will be just fine securing that kill. Sip, I think, wants to try and take a fight into the A-bomb site. Device coming in from the other angle. Oh, the timing is so good against Rez. He's not going to be happy. He lost the buy, however, and I guess that's enough. Almost Get Right going down, but the round is going to finish in favor of NIP with a 12-7 scoreline now. 4 rounds away from stealing this map from Astralis. That in itself would be just incredible. They're doing a remarkable job. See what Astralis can bring us here now that they have rifles. I'm curious if they're going to have something special prepared here.
Well, they better. They're getting close to that point where another loss and could just be out of the fight. Might just be too far. We know they're phenomenal at comebacks. Look at Dennis. Oh, he wants to put the dagger in. Waiting patiently. Dupree checking for any kind of a push. It's not there. Dupree right around, Dennis right around the corner. Wanted to take that fight when they get to the bottom. Dupree's ready. So much it can be dictated. Oh, the shoulder peek. Dennis is going to go for it. Dupree's ready. What a nice play. Rez taking some damage as well. Everyone from Astralis getting a little bit more aggressive in this round. Magnus is already up, and there's the kill. Get Right's got to recover, but he's stuck in the bomb site now. Lekro trying to hold down the fort, and Get Right's forcing action, and he can't do it. great pressure applied from so many different spots by Astralis.
What a technical win from Dupree in an underpass.
Yeah.
The shoulder peak, he falls back far enough that he can get the rifle out in time. Just all of it really well done. 12-8 here. And Astralis winning their rifle round. That is really, really important. As you said, might have been out of the fight if they couldn't put that together.
Look at all the angles that Astralis is applying pressure. Connector, A-Ramp, and Palace were all fighting at the same time. And even though it was just one player in each, that can look like it's a very individual round, but it's the timing that they're all taking those fights where that teamwork is really, really effective. No one from NIP can group up to eliminate any one player. It's just who's going to win this duel. And unfortunately for NIP, it was Astralis each and every time.
As you said, when you've got multiple angles and some of the defense falls, especially in that A-bomb site, somebody else has to sort of cover that new angle that's now gone, and it just gets progressively worse every time somebody dies. That is a really good double peek, but they're not quite ready for Dennis. He's going to take one. The follow-up is great for Device. Now it's just trading back and forth, a 3-on-3, and Rez going to be very careful. If he dies here in the middle, that separates both the bomb sites, and there's really no connecting it any longer. And Sip, oh, the fire shot coming out there from Get Right. Otherwise, he might actually almost walk into it. Sip's going to go down anyway. What a great peek.
It's good to see Get Right playing like this, taking those fights when they present themselves. Feeling confident, obviously, this morning. Dupree working his way up catwalk. That was a big, big fight to win for NIP to give them the advantage and keep their map control. It's Lekro who's going to gain the huge positioning, pushing up into these B halls. He doesn't want to go too far, though. You have to stick around. No one else has eyes on B, so Lekro has to be here. That's the one thing. It's the safety of the fact that you have control of these B halls. He needs to be aware that they could have gotten up catwalk and the gun's out now. He can take him out, but Dupree realizes it. That has got to be frustrating. The timing not with Lekro, but he had the chance. And now NIP in for a retake. And it's going to be tough. There's utility to use on the Astralis side and no kits.
Yeah, especially with one guy up in the hallways like this. If he makes it all the way past Megis, that's going to be very hard to dig him out of this one. Dupree, also, as you said, has a couple of grenades. Trying to see if they can sneak on in NIP, but they've got to be very quick about this. No kit currently picked up either, and oh, they might just catch Dupree. He was almost looking the wrong way. Going to get the headshot regardless, and that is now almost impossible for Rez. He has to be really quick to get the jump on. He gets the kill. Oh, I can't believe it. Megis could have tried to stay hidden. They should have just enough time, even without the kid. Very last couple of seconds here, but Rez is going to get it. And NIP so dangerously close to losing that round.
You're right. Magis could have hidden, but I can't even fault him for that play. He has the timing perfect. Rez is jumping up. Look at this peek. He knows here's the footsteps. It goes for the fight, and another universe he wins that, but what a great retake from Rez and Get Right. 8-13.
I'm not sure, Moses. Who are they cheering for right now? They love it.
It's all filled in. NIP, what a miraculous opening map. What a phenomenal opening map.
I think, for me, one of the win conditions for NIP having a good game or even winning a map here would have been Forest and Rez coming alive, and they certainly have. I don't think I was expecting Get Right to come back and play this level right now. That, for me right now, is the main story of what NIP are doing. This has been such a long time coming. He's been, in a dark place for a long time, and to see him play like this is absolutely fantastic. Now, can they close it out here? They've got a 5-round lead, and Megis, that's one hell of a jump down. Very risky, and catching that first kill. This is still a big opening in Forest. He can't quite follow it up. Sip will take him down. He did a lot of damage. There should be a big hit, and that look from Device in the middle. That means now you have to spend time and energy trying to find this one. They might want to just save this and wait for it.
They have to. We talked about it the other day, Anders. Against these teams, there's always one last hurdle. No matter what your lead is, no matter how good you're feeling, there's always going to be one more challenge. Great kill from Rez to hunt out Device. Dennis needs to fall away. He's got a rifle, and he's going to lose it. 2 AKs, though, for NIP will be brought into the next round. I think every team attending the major needs to look at that strategy from Astralis. They've ran it a number of times on Mirage, and it seems to be their go-to when they really, really need a round is get those smokes up, push Magisk a decent amount of way through those B halls, use your utility to get him out and allow him to be an entry fragger, and he's done great with it.
Yeah, that's almost the sort of definitional play from an entry fragger, right? Even if you die the second after you get that kill,
yeah,
you've done what you needed to do.
He creates so much space in that entry, and even though Forrest gets a kill, he can't get the follow-up as well, but I mean, that's the kind of tactic that if you win it so quick and so decisively that the other team just kind of has to save. They have to just kind of give it up.
Slight bit of good news for NIP even losing that round is the fact that they stole 2 AKs and made it into this round with them. So that obviously makes a big difference. 13-9 and 4-round lead. It's
going to lure them into a bye to surround those AK-47s, though, and it's not ideal. Forrest is going to have a CZ, Lekro with the Deagle, Dennis with the CZ. So if you're Astralis, you're loving this at the moment because forcing up around those AKs depletes NIP's economy, so you have a chance to reset them right here and maybe find yourself at 11-12 with relative ease.
Yep, that is always the danger, and it's actually one that NIP have sort of talked about a little bit. I know Fred, when he was coaching for them, was mentioning it a lot, that if you save rifles, yeah, sometimes it'll sort of bait the whole team into following up a buy with it. This is a hard position to take without grenades, though. You got to hope that Astralis actually do try and grenade out Forest, because if they just dry peek it, the CSET 75 could tear them apart. One good flashbang, but he's going to be unflashed by the time they make it around the corner. He tries to use the ladder dynamics to make himself a bit faster, jumping off at Lekro with one headshot. He needs another one, but it's not going to happen in time. Device will take him down. And now the rest again. Save the AK-47s here. Will be another round for Astralis.
Right out of
13.
Yeah, right out of spawn, Astralis calls the direct counter. No rifles on that side of the map for NIP. They had both AK-47s playing at the A bomb site. Clean win for the Danish side. And they are starting to claw back, but still not forcing that full save, that full eco out of NIP. Still, those 2 AK-47s are going to have a chance to do some work in the next round. Astralis with not enough economy to chase and hunt those down. And I wonder what the adaptation from NIP is going to be, because Astralis has stopped spreading out as much. They've stopped attacking multiple different points. They've really grouped up and focused on trading into bomb sites, and it's done well. Speed bomb site. They've established some success there now, a couple rounds in a row. And this is where the mind games begin. Do NIP over-rotate, or do they think Astralis is going to attack the other side to try and fake them?
Some luxuries right now for Astralis to not have to work against is the AWP, and as you said, when they group up, they don't have to worry about a massive amount of utility right now, because NIP have been poor for a couple of rounds, so that could change. I mean, NIP, if they buy that AWP and if they start to get some more Molotovs and HGs on the board, that might also change a bit. Rez wanted to take that fight. I really appreciate that. I think that's such a fun way to play.
He had the chance. The question is, how do him and GetRight get together and work at the same point? Great find under the smoke. Opening kill. GetRight's got to be careful. He's not aware of pallets behind him. They're going to get lured right back into that angle, and even Rez almost gets caught. Zipnix is so close to taking the angle. That's one of the pistols down. Forrest gets information at the cost of his life. Still a chance, and Rez wants to go for it. Glaive is waiting. This is huge. A stalemate.
What a dangerous battle. If Rez wins that against Glaive, it's a lot of trouble for the rest. But now they're starting to make their way out. They have the grenades to follow it up, and let's just see what GetRight can do. Again, he's been having maybe his best game of the year so far, and Device will take down Lekro. GetRight now on the stairwell waiting and just listening on the other side, trying to figure out when is the right time to pounce on this attack. There's going to be one chance. He gets caught a little bit, and now they know where he is. The bomb is going to be going down. 45 seconds left. Spray not connecting through the box. Then is moving up. He's going to get taken out. Really, this is all on GetRight. Rez is very low on health at the moment, and he's probably going to get taken down. The shadow showing, and GetRight also going to get caught up from Device. Wanted to find the right timing. Almost had it towards CT spawn, but it's 11-13 now, with Astralis winning 3 in a row.
Yeah, I actually think GetRight played that pretty damn well. Just misses his, as you said, the timings aren't with him. Maybe like a half a second peak earlier, and he might be able to pick off one trying to cross into the bomb site. 13-11, still a slight lead. But Astralis starting to build up into this. 7,500 on Magis, 8,000 on Device. They've got plenty of money. NIP gonna have to have a powerful stand at some point. And once again, Astralis staying grouped up. 4 players over at A. Dupree coming back now, and timing through the smoke. GetRight's gonna stop the first. Now he just needs to live. Flashbang out. Oh, he gets a follow-up. It's brilliant from GetRight.
What a big way to shut down that incoming push, and another one coming through for the smoke. GetRight taking all 4 members of Astralis down, and almost the ace. They're so close. That second challenge as they come up. getting both the kills, and you could see what it did to Astralis as well. They just had no idea how to proceed from there on out. Absolute brilliance, top of the scoreboard now. A vintage performance here from the legend, 21 kills. He's doing a remarkable job once again.
That is so beautiful. These are not easy fights to win. These are just heads-up duels. You get some of the best players in the world off angle that Matt just couldn't handle, and obviously Beauty just to stop the plant. 14-11, everything going right for the Ninjas. Get Right 21, Forrest 19, Rez at 18. The other side, it's Device at 19, Dupree and Zipnix both at 18. Not doing bad whatsoever. No one really dropping off in any way.
And in some sense, if you're Astralis and you call that A play and all you run into is one M4 at the CT spawn, that's kind of a dream scenario.
That's exactly what you want. You're right.
Great. No AWP, guy with an M4, probably just grenade him out of there, and then you lose 2 people before you even really get a chance.
Well, Get Right's been doing that for the history of CSGO, hasn't he? They're going to go right back at him. They're just like, all right, let's see if we can do it twice. Smoke down. And once again, NIP, 3 players towards the B bomb side, same play, and he's trapped now. He can't get away to spawn. This is going to be way more difficult than last round. Biding his time. He's got to look left, and Zipnix has got him. That is a tough position to be in if you're Get Right, even despite the brilliance of last round, and I think NIP have to save. They don't have any money behind this. These 3 rifles need to just back off right now. Astralis has already won. And this is going to start training NIP. You can't do any more of those stacks at the beginning of round. You need to put 2 players at A because Astralis has now established 2 rounds in a row at the B bomb site. They've attacked the A bomb site as a group 2 rounds straight and won 1 of them. So if you're NIP, you have to fall back into something more standard because they're having success on a lot of different points of the map.
Maybe a bit bold, calling the same strat twice, but they obviously felt like they saw that weakness and decided to go for it. Rez again prepared. The rifles have to live. They're doing a great job. And that's going to be the last of the kills in this round. 12-14.
Oh, Zipnix actually goes down. That's
right.
actually a pretty big deal. Miscue from Zipnix.
I feel like we're getting our money's worth here, Moses.
Oh, absolutely.
You never know what it's going to be like when you're playing Astralis. Obviously, they were looking really good yesterday, and I guess...
But what have we seen in every single series they've played? Remember, they've played the majority of their series, I think, have been the first games of the day. And we've always seen them start slow and come alive around, right at the end of map 1 into map 2. And then it's just that old classic Astralis comes out. Look at this push towards Halls. There's the first kill for... Oh, what a follow-up. Get Right is going to be called upon again, and he can't do it. Dupree has picked up pace. You want to talk about a vintage performance. Dupree matching Get Right blow for blow.
What an absolute lunatic. Why did he do that? Just handling the double holes push is so difficult, right? And then once he got those, you thought, all right, if it's one of those rounds, we'll just roll with it.
This is going to be all tied up. This is a nightmare for NIP. Astralis has just, down the stretch, even in losses, they have just ruined the economy of NIP. This is a very harsh reset. At 14-12, the worst kind. NIP is going to have to full save. They can't even do any kind of a half buy in the next round. They just have to sit there with the USPs because even after that, the buy is not going to be great. Dupree's got an ace. He's got all 5.
He was waiting for it the whole time. Did he somehow read into the Matrix and just realize that was going to happen?
He's just done, isn't he?
That was a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie.
That propels him to the top of the scoreboard. 24 frags for Dupree, and these are all precise shots. I think it's all headshots in this, doesn't he?
Yep.
Follows this up, and it's all instant. There's no chance of anyone winning these fights.
That's a little bit scary if you're on the NIP side here. Just got to be worried about that. Now they're back to pistols, as you mentioned. The economy broken by the Danes for the minute, and they're ready for this group. Facing coming free. Actually not quite able to get the right lineup, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But they still managed to survive in the middle, and more chaos coming through here from the Astralis side. They clean up the round very quickly. Dupree now at 25 kills after that streak in the last round, and now it's all tied up 14-14. This is going to go the whole stretch of the map. What a performance from both teams right now. This is so enjoyable.
Astralis winning 6 of the last 7 rounds to tie things up. NIP, a desperate buy here. Light on utility, 1 kit on Get Right. And they have not been able to figure out what's coming from Astralis in quite some time. Desperate situation for the Swedes. And Astralis, this is going to be a pinch onto the A bomb site. Bomb is over here. Device, Glaive, and Dupree to attack initially. Magic and Zipnix coming up. Actually, it's going to be a fake. Zipnix and Magisk, with this attention over towards the A bomb site, they could choose to boost up, but they're just going to get to the top of Connector at the moment. They're going to put Magisk in a great position. Lekro and Forest. What can you provide? Get Right's on a hunting mission, though, and this is great. He can find the information, but Magisk is just... This is a scary position for NIP fans watching.
Absolutely. The fact that he got in here behind that double smoke and now he's walking in. Is he going to get shot in the back by Rez? It could just happen. Yes, indeed. Oh, Meg is going to win the fight. Mid-air, taking down Rez. What a headshot. And now on the bomb site, they have to hold. Forest and Lekro. This has to stay alive. Lekro only gets the one and the rest is on Forest. He's going to only get the kill. Just so hard to transfer that spray. They are in so much trouble right now, NIP. And at top mid, Sip is ready and waiting. Get Right's managed to run past, but if you keeps running, Glaive will hear it. Yeah, I think Glaive will heard that now up in the hallways. That should be a bit of a tell. And Dennis from the other side coming in. This is, again, a nearly impossible retake for NIP. Device is absolutely ready for that one. Again, the audio has been called in. There's one headshot, and the follow-up should be there. 15 to 14 map point. And a few solitary Astralis fans here at the arena. They feel bold enough now, Moses, to stand up.
Yeah, right. They're feeling better now. Oh, no. NIP falling flat right at the end, and that decision not to save those two weapons at the end of that last round, this buy is so busted. 1 Deagle, 4 UMPs. If ever there was a time for some magic, it's right now.
I'm absolutely ready for a classic Lekro round here. Get that Deagle in play. Look for those kills.
The only round NIP has won in the last 8 is Get Right with the 4 kills. Some decent trades. Dennis behind the pillar, and Zipnix, no, I think he does. Yeah, he realized it. He was waiting for that peak. An impossible situation for Dennis. Get Right as well, pushed up down a ramp.
He's gonna fake the audio of that smoke. Sip hears it going up, and he might have thought that was thrown from inside the bomb site. At least that was what Get Right was hoping for. And he's on the other side of it, so let's just see. 3 more kills. This would be a heartbreaking loss for NIP, putting so much effort and skill into winning this first map. Just need a little bit more to push it into overtime now. I personally would love that. Rez still controlling the window, but it looks like now Astralis are going back to that group. How do you stop that with UMPs? I mean, this is going to be nearly impossible. If they make their way up connector right now, Get Right would have a long-range fight, UMP versus AKs, and they have grenades as well. I don't see that working out. No,
there's no advantages here for NIP. Get Right. It's great that he's on a ramp. It's great that he has this. No, there's Lekro. Finds the first. A 3-on-3, and that might allow Get Right to play this passively and wait for his teammates. If he can find a time to pound. Zipnix is planting safe. Get Right investigating. He sees nothing.
Oh, that safe plan is always a bit scary. If Magisk is the last one left, that could be really awkward. Let's find out. 3-on-3, and absolutely everything is on the line right here. NIP need to retake this bomb site, get this defuse, and force it into overtime, or Astralis gonna win the first map of the semifinals. You can see Get Right getting close now. Flashbang gonna go in, that gives away his position, so he's gonna have to do something now. The rest are trying to come in from the jungle as well. Sip opening up, doing a little bit. Magisk getting the kill. Dupree with a follow-up, and it's a perfect shutdown. 16 to 14, and Astralis make their way back and steal the map away from NIP. Again, they are the best team in the world, and the kind of fortitude that we saw here in the second half is the reason why.
Yeah, that really shows. 8 of the last 9 rounds going to Astralis. Now, they had to dig deep into the playbook. There were some 6 strategies coming out there from Astralis. They really had to get tactical to take that one. Performances from Forest, Rez, and Get Right squandered in this opening map loss, but that is a dangerous NIP. If anyone thought they were just going to fold in this semifinal, a lot of people thought they would just fold in this semifinal.
Yeah.
At least they've shown that they're not going to. They're going to go down swinging.
Absolutely. Great performance from them. Really impressive. Again, seeing the whole team come online. And, I mean, when you're 16-14, it's a matter of a couple of kills making a difference. So,
yeah.
Nuke is going to be the second map, though.
And I have been excited for that one. Now, Mirage lived up and exceeded expectations. Nuke certainly is going to be so much fun. These teams showing that they're possibly 2 of the best teams in Nuke we've had at this tournament. They've both had phenomenal games on it. So you do not want to miss that. You do not want to miss the semifinal. Stay tuned. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, it will be that second map.